Now let's start with an interesting electric bender that can be very helpful when erecting arches, canopies, or greenhouses. 600-watt motor has 1500 RPM and is attached to the speed reducer that has 1:40 gear ratio. The reducer's cogwheel activates the rollers. The high roller position is regulated by means of the hub. The mechanism has reverse gear, which can be handy at work. The high roller pressing is done by the vise. Perhaps a hydraulic jack would be a more rational solution at this point. The next thing on our list is a very interesting finish. It's the Power Chisel / Angle Grinder edition. And as you can see, it makes woodwork a pleasure. There's a shaft on the cam that creates reciprocation. There are also two Coprolin hubs from both sides. Now, this must be the best kind of rack for an angle grinder that I've ever seen. Its fundamental elements are the dampers that allows you making horizontal cuts. The turntable makes it a lot easier to work with. It's got thrust that gives you the ability to adjust and change the cutting angle. If you're an electrician or a finisher, then you might find tilts very useful. But if you don't really feel like you want to pay quite a sum, then you can make a perfectly suitable and almost free alternative yourself. All you have to do is look around you and you will most probably find some kind of garbage that you intended to throw away but somehow didn't do it just yet. The next thing on our list is this barrow. It looks a bit weird, I agree, but it's actually great for moving around all sorts of sheet material. It's simple, compact, and maneuverable. And this type of carrier you see right here makes it real easy to carry stuff around. This next device is a joiner knife sharpening device. It also works great with chisel and other cutting elements. The whole thing is very simple, and I'm sure anybody's capable of making one of these. Okay, here's an interesting variation of planar copier made of an angle grinder. The bearing slides along the stencil that goes at the bottom. It mounts on a piece of plywood and is fixed on these thrusts. The grinder moves along the axis. When the area is processed, you should put the table down. If you have the task of cutting out intricate patterns of a foam rubber or styrofoam, then it's best that you use this baby. The helix was taken from the spiral kettle. The transformer turns 220 volts into 12. The stretch happens due to the spring and the bracket. Next, we have this workbench / mini trestle with vise. Though it's a DIY solution, these are very functional and portable. You can always grab them at hand to go wherever it is you need to go. If you ever did troweling, you will most likely appreciate this interesting solution. It's a mixer-based troweling machine. As you can see, it's got universal join. You can make a circle out of plywood or chipboard. Panoplex goes on top. And now let's check out this rather interesting drill mobile stand. It's a bit peculiar because the drill don't go directly into the stand. Instead, there's a double chuck that goes on a carriage on a guideway. I don't know if you find this thing to be any useful at all, but it seems pretty interesting. If you haven't got a proper grinding machine, then perhaps you'll be interested in this drill holder. It actually comes in handy when you need to do some minor scope of work. I was cleaning up my stockroom the other day and I found some sealant remains, and you'd probably throw it away right ahead. And this is too bad because you can still use it, you know? I was actually quite surprised when I figured out that I can clean the sandpaper with it. So kinda cool. I certainly didn't expect that. You live, you learn. And how'd you like this tool organizer? I think it's pretty cool. It's a handmade sustainer insertion, but you can also use it for other purposes. And here's another one. This one allows fighting the cartridge center in a turning lathe quickly and easily. Simply put a clutch on that thing and start moving it very accurately, and this way you can reduce the throbbing. Okay, so here we have a chest of drawers, and you'll be surprised to know what things we can do with it. Now, you didn't expect that, did you? I think this finish here definitely deserves attention. Looks like the mounting foam can easily become a bar holder for an emery device of this sort. All you have to do is to put the foam on the bar and let it dry. Cut the redundant parts, get a double-sided tape and your emery and smooth it out a little bit. That way you'll form a proper contour. And the last thing on our list is an interesting variation of a notcher. It'll help you fast and accurately frame the pipe or flicker the end of it. You can adjust the clamping using a specially adapted bowl. Set the shank and you'll get a nice and even hole. You'll find the links in the description. Leave comments below to let me know what you like most, and don't forget to check out these two videos. Thank you for watching.